All right, Mike LaTulip. I want you to be the conductor of the train here. All right? I'm only half, I'm a little half and half here on the question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Did Illinois show you tonight in an 81-61 win over Iowa that they are back?
Baby steps.
Okay.
This is this is a step in the right direction. Okay. I mean, it's no secret. This was probably as rough of a 3-game stretch as, Brad Underwood and Illinois have had in the last few years. I mean, considering the success that they had, I thought, a lot of their confidence was zapped. And tonight was really important to try to find that swagger again, to try to find that juice and kind of get the joy back in playing after 3 really, really rough losses. But look, they went with their most talented starting lineup tonight, and that featured Will Riley, and he's come off the bench really all year. They inserted him. They rolled with that group for the first 8 minutes of the game. They made it a point. We're getting in the paint, and we're going to do it in a variety of ways. We're either going to clear a side and have a Vicic roll to the rim. They got him going early, and if Vicic pops out to the top of the key, we're going to have guys slip into the basket. That's going to be another form of paint touch that we get. And not only that, building this lead like they did in the second half, I sat there and I'm writing down. I said, "Can you shut the door? Can you shut the door?" Because that to me is a real sign of progress and a step forward, because they haven't been able to do that at times this year. They've built leads. The UCLA game was a great example. You're up 16 with whatever it is, 6 minutes, 7 minutes left, and that thing gets cut to 2, gets cut to 3.
How did they do it tonight? What was different? What was different that allowed them to do it tonight? How'd they do it?
Just valuing possessions. The turnovers were low tonight. They didn't give them free opportunities. An Iowa team that they haven't been great this year, but they're still a top 30 offense in the country since February 1st. So they still have that combustibility in them, especially if you turn it over, especially if you let them get out in the open floor. So that was really, really positive tonight. And Vicic too is a guy that was battling mono, ankle injury, sickness, flu, the whole 9. To have him come out and knowing this was a game where you needed to own the paint, and he did that. 9 for 13 from the field, 22 points, and he got his confidence going early. And he gets it too in a variety of ways, not only just scoring the ball, but him being a fulcrum and a real pillar at the top of the key with a lot of what they want to run offensively when Kasper Shakashonis isn't the one handling it. So this was a complete performance tonight for Illinois. And it's got to give you some confidence moving forward as you go and play a team in Ann Arbor in Michigan that has their sights set on sharing or winning an outright Big Ten title. They got something to play for, just like Iowa had something to play for tonight, trying to get into the Big Ten tournament. Now that all the teams don't get in, so everybody's got something to play for here late. And Illinois, they're a young team, and they're learning. Right, they've learned through conference play what it takes to be consistent. And tonight was the closest we've seen to a full 40 minutes for them in probably the last month.
Yeah, quick Big Ten standings check. Michigan State and Michigan tied at 13-3. Obviously, they end the regular season against each other, what could be for the conference regular season crown. Michigan State owns that tiebreaker, having gone to Ann Arbor now and won. Huge week for the Spartans. They are at Maryland tomorrow night. I can't wait to see College Park on fire. Cannot wait. And then heading into Saturday, you're talking about Michigan State and Wisconsin. That game, though, is from East Lansing's. Michigan State will be back home, and they have Minnesota, or rather Wisconsin has Minnesota and Penn State themselves. But Michigan State at 13-3 now. You go from Maryland to Wisconsin to at Iowa and then to Michigan. So quite the stretch. Tyler, you were watching Illinois. What's your opinion watching Illinois?
Man, I like Illinois and hate Illinois. And so here's the reason why.
Welcome to every Illinois fan. Welcome to every Illinois fan this year.
Well said.
I just, my first opinion is I think what's really missing from Illinois for a deep tournament run is a bulldog down low. I think they need a big physical guy that doesn't care about scoring, that just controls the boards and just going to go out there and knock people around. And, I pull up their resume and I look at what they've done. They have a very good resume, and they don't have many bad losses. Their worst loss is probably USC. 6 quad 1 wins. I love KJ. I've always said that. I think he's a smart player. I think he's a player that you can give the ball in an ISO situation that will not only get you a bucket but also make the right play. And I think he's continued to improve. And I think they've had guys that have stepped up and shown some spurts of playing very well. Will they put it all together and continue to, build and make up for their lack of physicality? I don't know. I mean, Avicic, he's a guy that has size, has length, but he's not the he's not the most physical big out there. But that's just my thought about Illinois. And I will look at Illinois after they play Michigan and Purdue to try to get a final judgment on them. It's very weird to say this about a team this late into the season. I just quite haven't really. I thought I liked them early on. Now I'm starting to guess myself, especially after the no-show against Duke, which, Duke's a contender. So that's where I'm at with Illinois.